Hi everyone, Neama Rahmani here, and here are my top 5 trials to look forward to in 2024. At number 5 is a trial that's happening right now. That's the YSL Young Thug murder trial. And the case was put on hold for several weeks because a co-defendant was stabbed, but it started up again. And the case is very controversial because the prosecution is using rap lyrics against Young Thug and the other co-defendants. And we know that there are cooperators in the case, including potentially rapper Gunna, who has flipped and is working with authorities. At number 4 is a case that hasn't been filed yet, but I think prosecutors will. And that's to charge Alec Baldwin with manslaughter. They've convened a grand jury, and usually the only reason you do so is to investigate a case or to charge someone. And this case has already been investigated for years. I think Baldwin will assert his right to a speedy trial because the case is weak, which is why I expect it to go forward in 2024. At number 3, I have another prediction, and that is that Alec Murdoch will get a new trial. His defense lawyers are arguing that the court clerk, Becky Hill, inappropriately communicated with the jurors during the first trial and told them not to believe Murdoch. And this was all so she can sell copies of the book that she was writing. I think the new judge in the case will have little choice but to grant Murdoch's motion, and we'll probably see the murder trial part 2. At number 2, we have one of the most gruesome murders in American history, and that's Bryan Coburger and the Idaho murders. The defense has been litigating the case very aggressively, but the prosecution is seeking the death penalty and has asked for a summer 2024 trial date. There's a gag order in the case, so we don't have a lot of information about the evidence, but I think the prosecution is going to rely on the single source DNA at the scene, Coburger's cell site evidence traveling from his home to Idaho, as well as video surveillance of the white Hyundai Elantra leaving the scene, and potentially some messages that may show some motive in the case. And at number 1, we have the most politicized trials in American history, and that's the United States versus Donald Trump. There are multiple cases, the first being the DC election fraud case, which is currently set for trial in March, but that may be stayed pending an appeal to the Supreme Court. We have the Florida classified documents case, which is set for trial in May, and the Fulton County state election fraud case in Atlanta, which currently doesn't have a trial date yet. And if those cases go to trial, we're gonna see fireworks, everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, and let me know what trial you're looking forward to most in 2024.